Hi guys, and welcome to the second ever video on our channel. I wanted to explore some abandoned places in some of our videos, so this is going to be our first one. I think we might have chose quite a good place.
So today we're going to be searching around an old abandoned colliery where they used to mine coal from the 60s until the 90s. It's all been derelict since then, when it was closed down in 1993. And there's an old railway line that runs into it. We're going to have a look around the old site and the railway line, and then see where the railway line goes off into the woods and see what we can find. Okay?
Yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so this is a part of the old car park. There's a lot of trees that have grown here that most likely wouldn't have been here before, like over there. There's also some trees that grew in like little grassy areas over there. So this is quite overgrown. It's part of the old car park. You can still see where the spaces are over here. You can see them marked out, the white lines right here. This is where the car park spaces would have been. So we're gonna go walk down a bit and see what else we can find here now. Okay, so now we found something quite interesting. It is this manhole cover right here. No, it's this manhole because the cover is missing. If you look right there.
See down into the drain. It's very dangerous to have all these shafts with no covers.
Yeah, you can see how stuff's fallen into that one. So we don't know what's happened to it, but maybe somebody took it. But yeah, let's carry on finding stuff. Okay, so we found another one of the manhole, but this one's more dangerous because it's missing a cover and it's full of water and doesn't have any steps like the other one does. So if you fell in there, you'd be trapped. Unless you could grab onto the edge, but it's still very dangerous.
Got to be really careful in places like this so you don't come a cropper. Let's see what else we can find, yeah?
Yeah, let's go on.
Right, so we've just found what we think is the edge of the old railway where it came in and out of the colliery. So we're just going to have a look at some of these bits and bobs that we've got here. So this was the fence that was the edging of the railway, we think. And then you've got a long, clear gravel stretch there that we think is where the tracks would have been on their way in and out of the colliery.
Okay, so we've just found this bit right here of the actual bit where you can see the tracks. It carries on down there. That's where we're going to find hopefully something cool. But this bit's quite cool as well. It's some of the tracks. Daddy, do you have anything to say about this bit?
Yeah, you can see here where it's come off the gravel onto these concrete sections, and then there's these bolts where I assume the tracks would have been attached previously. It's quite cool. You can see the way that the track went from over there as it came into the colliery in that direction.
Yeah, so now we're going to try and find another spot. Okay, so we found some of the coal from this colliery right here. Some of these bits now. You will see as I rub my thumb across this piece, it should become black if I do this enough.
Yeah.
Why isn't it working?
Okay, well, don't get filthy.
I'm not going to try to, but I'm just trying to show. See, so if you look at this piece of coal right now, you would be able to tell this is coal.
That's what the colliery was for.
Yeah,
mining
because it was
coal
mining coal.
For the power stations.
Oh, you can tell that this coal is old.
All coal's old.
Old coal.
So out of the woods where we saw those remains of the railway, now you get onto this concrete section, and what you'll see here is these rails going across the ground where the tracks would have been. Edward?
Yeah, so you can tell this thing's old. I know I have said about it being old already, but if you look down here, you can see the rust on these rails. It's visibly rusting. I've already said a lot about it, like this old coal. Yeah, so this is rusty. We're going to follow the tracks now and see if we can find something. So we've walked around the car parks, down the railway. As you can see, this old colliery has been reclaimed by nature, as you can see behind me and all around. So we're going to go into the woods now and see what we can find. Let's try and find something good.
Let's go and look for the old railway,
Yep.
see where it goes and see if there's anything else interesting on the old railway line.
Let's go. So we were just on our way to the woods and the other part of the railway, and we found this other car park. Around here you can see all the spaces there, way clearer now. Like this one, you can clearly see that I would be stood on a car right now if somebody was parked here.
Yeah, these spaces have stayed really clear, haven't they, over the years?
Yeah, since 1993.
Right, let's carry on to the railway.
Let's go.
So we're in the woods now. We found this long bare stretch of gravel, which is obviously where the old railway line used to go. So we're going to have a wander down here and see what we can see.
Okay, so as my dad said, there's this long stone path right here. Down here there's a fence that fell over this part. The only thing holding it together was some metal. There's also this rotting wood piece. Over here there is another one of those drains missing a manhole. This one is full of rocks though, as you can see right there. So we've been here before, we're going to go down there, we're going to show you some cooler stuff soon.
So we're just hiking along the trail. As Edward said, we've been here before, and when I've come one day last year I had to come with a pair of secateurs to actually cut a path when you get further down because it's really overgrown. There's all these trees growing along here. It's not too bad at this section, this bit's okay, but as further you go, the worse it gets.
Yeah, you can see how overgrown it is soon. We're actually coming up to some of the things that I could show you from the stone buildings. They're going to actually turn it back up. So I'm going to turn it back on when we get there. Okay, so these are the stone buildings that we're saying about. This is the first one. Then there's one that's almost identical but a bit smaller than that one right over there. I think we're going to go inside of these in a minute, but we just wanted to show you the outside first.
They're both sat on top of this bridge that goes over the river. We're not sure what these old buildings were actually used for, but definitely something to do with the railway. We'll go and have a look inside.
The river's down here.
We're looking at the river.
You actually have to go down this bit though.
Let's have a look inside.
Let's go.
Graffiti.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of graffiti in these things. As you can see though, these buildings, you can tell they're abandoned and old because there's literally a hole in the wall right here. I can put my foot through.
There is.
You can probably hear us in here better than you can in other spots. It's echoing in here, so.
Nice little skylight there.
Somebody wrote something in here in 2022.
They
You
did.
can see right here, more graffiti.
Just made them famous on the internet. And you can see out the window to the other hut over there. Let's go have a look in that one. Okay, so this is the second one of the buildings. It's this old window frame here. Oh, and there's Edward.
Hello. On the inside, there's more graffiti coming here, and I'll show you. Here is another one of those skylights up there.
I assume there was some sort of chimney or something that stuck out there.
Yeah, maybe. Over here, this could have been something attached to a table,
Maybe.
chair or something. There's another window here, but this one's made of wood, and this one was actually able to open and like lock and stuff. It seems there's more graffiti again, and now let's look at the outside behind it.
So around the back of this second hut, there's a toilet block. There's no actual toilet, or we can tell.
Toilet.
The old U-bends there.
Yeah.
Edward won't actually come into the toilet to look at it because as he was walking around to look at it, a rat ran down the U-bend. And as I've just stepped to go in there, I can actually hear a bit of rustling in there still. So we might not go too far in there and disturb anything. But I think there's rats living down the old toilet pipe. Let's leave them to it.
Yep.
So we've got a bit further down the railway line. As you can see, it's got really overgrown now. We haven't brought any secateurs or clippers, so we're not going to start chopping our way through. I think we've seen enough for today. So we've had a look around the old abandoned colliery as we were going to. A lot of empty space being overgrown and reclaimed by nature. We've had a look down the railway line where that leaves the colliery and then where it goes further through the woods into the old abandoned huts. And now we've got that as far as we can. So hope you've enjoyed our different video this week. A bit different to what we did last time. I'm going to try and mix it up and do different things on different videos. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, so that's it for this video. Bye bye.